So the Ethereum Classic Summit, this is the second time it's been done. The first time was in Hong Kong, and it was a lovely, very intimate setting. This one's about twice the size, and we're right now here in South Korea. But the point of the summit is to bring all the leaders of the Ethereum Classic community together and the general Ethereum Classic community for the purpose of having people just meet each other, get to know each other, build great relationships. The thing about Ethereum Classic is that it's actually a very decentralized community. Like Bitcoin, it actually doesn't have a leader. There's no one entity you can point to and say, oh, well, they're in charge or they run the roadmap. Rather, it's a truly decentralized ecosystem. But it's a very small cryptocurrency. So unlike Bitcoin, which is like this 800-foot-long cruise ship that's extremely time-consuming and expensive to change course, Ethereum is still small enough where people can actually innovate. So it's a really exciting ecosystem because you can do the dual experience of being able to figure out how to go about a new roadmap, a new path, but at the same time be able to go about that path without a huge coordination cost. So in many ways it feels like the early days of Bitcoin, back 2010, 2011, and that's really fun to play around in. So when we entered the Ethereum Classic space, those were some chaotic and very difficult times. The early days, it wasn't clear whether Ethereum Classic was going to survive or not. There was no community management. There was a lot of people who tried to enter in the project to co-opt it and take it in one direction or another. Some people tried to create a counter foundation. It was a really strange event. So one of the things that we contributed with this was a goal of trying to bring some stability and calm. So we set up Let's Talk ETC, we got dedicated community management. But the other thing that IOHK wanted to do was to prove that ETC was not just a copy and paste coin. It wasn't just a fork of another cryptocurrency. We felt that as an ecosystem, we had to prove that we could actually write our own code. So we put money into building a 100% new code client, the Mantis client, and that client is written from the ground up in Scala. So we started with a completely new team. We started with the yellow paper, the documentation, and we systematically built up that client over about a 1.5 year period. So last year we were able to demo an earlier version of the client, and now Mantis has actually reached a great degree of maturity. And it's capable of not only being interoperable with the Ethereum Classic ecosystem, but also soon the Ethereum chain. So the purpose of our time here is to demo the progress we've made with Mantis, the lessons we've learned with Mantis, to have some discussions with the community about improvement proposals that we might want to adopt, as well as to talk about some new foundational technology that we're really excited about. For example, NIPA-POWs, non-interactive proofs of proof of work from Dionysios Zindros, and then other potential collaborations like the relationship with Horizon and ETC and so forth. So very productive conference. I kind of like them at this size because you could actually have a meaningful conversation with people. And also it's reasonably technical that we can have great conversations about the future and direction of the clients that we construct.